Soundcheck.
Hi everyone and welcome to Soundcheck. Today we have our friends, your friend, and the Anjunadeep rising stars, my friend. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, cheers, man. Good.
Very good.
Yeah. Great
good
to be here.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we did a small live interview on Instagram a few days back, but we had such a good time that we just had to get you down here in person and do this again, and in a little bit more detail, and a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
So you guys ready to do this?
Definitely.
We're ready.
Let's
rock and roll.
Amazing. So first of all, welcome to India. Welcome to Bangalore. It's your first time here. You guys are doing your first India tour. How are you guys feeling?
Really excited.
Very excited.
We've been looking forward to this for a while now.
Yeah.
It's great to actually be here.
Yeah. What's your first impression been? So you reached a little earlier today. Are you guys well rested? First of all.
Not particularly, no.
No, we are.
We're okay.
We're okay. We can operate like this.
We slept on the plane. We had a good 3 hours. Well, do you have an hour? I had 3.
Maybe a couple of hours on the plane, but yeah.
Were you guys making music? Were you resting? What are these flights like even?
This one we played Mario Kart for
the first one.
6 hours straight.
From
London to Dubai.
Who's the champion?
Me, absolutely. Absolutely.
We played the ding game, didn't we?
Yeah, so every time you lost, you had to be the one that ordered the next drink.
Ding.
And he just went up and up and up and up. I think he's still on 7 dings.
I got 7 dings. I owe him 7 dings on the way back. Ding, because it's quite embarrassing to order more drinks.
So you've got to keep these flights interesting, right?
100%. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure this was a long-ass flight, right? How long was it?
It wasn't too bad. First one was, 6.5 hours?
Yeah, 6.5, I think.
Yeah.
And the next one was 3 or 4. So, yeah.
We were asleep the next one.
And are you guys usually traveling alone? Do you have people with you?
It's mainly just the two of us. Sometimes we bring like my girlfriend or James's wife with us, which can be good fun.
Right.
And especially, I think they're coming out with us to Albania again this year, aren't they? For the Anjunadeep explorations.
Right.
That's always a good week because it's kind of like turned into a bit of a holiday.
Right.
But other than that, it's kind of usually just the two of us.
Yeah, it's nice to travel with a friend of yours. I think it would be intense on your own. Lots of people do it on their own, but it's lovely to be with a good mate.
It's always good to have people around you. You feel more comfortable. You have someone to talk to. I mean, traveling alone is definitely going to be much harder, but lucky that you guys have each other.
Yeah.
And you came here a little earlier today. How has your first impression been so far?
Epic.
Yeah, it's been
vibrant.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. We were really excited to come to India. First time here, obviously.
Right.
And so we got here and we were a little bit tired. Had a few beers in the hotel and then ventured out into the back streets and it was good. Got to see
cows.
A couple of lovely cows. A couple of lovely cows with the big horns.
Be careful of the horn.
The cows are a good animal. Cows are a good animal.
Very peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cute animal.
Great. So, everyone's favorite question. And, I have to ask you this right off the bat. The name. My friend. How did you guys come up with this? I've been telling everybody that, my friend's coming from the UK. That you have friends in the UK? You do now.
Yeah.
So tell us about the name. How did you guys come up with it? And, I'm sure you get a lot of puns around it. From everyone.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's we can't actually exactly pinpoint where it came from, but it did just come about one day, and we thought it was pretty hilarious. And we also liked it because we are really good mates as well, and so the fact that we're friends kind of worked. But we did also like the fact that it played on the whole like who's your friend, my friend's playing tonight, and all that kind of thing, which has got us into a little bit of a sticky situation a few times. Turning up to a festival saying, we're playing tonight. They're like, what's your name? It's like, we're called My Friend. They're like, no, your friend's not playing. Like, what's your name? Like, it's my friend.
He went on the mic, didn't he? He was like, my friend here at the front gate, coming backstage. He's like, anyway, which mate?
Yeah.
My friend. Who? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of silly, but it's
silly.
Fun.
Like I said, you've got to, bump into these situations every once in a while.
It's a positive name. It's like nice.
It is.
It's a nice name. Yeah.
Like you said, right? It's sort of fun. It's tongue in cheek. I think it also talks about the kind of personality that you guys have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's great and it's so unique as well. So kudos to you guys.
Nice one.
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
Right. So I know that the two of you met at a party in the UK. So tell us a little bit about that, right? When you guys first met, how was that like? How has your relationship evolved since then? And what are your individual roles in the team, right? So yeah, just tell us a little bit about that.
You tell the story, Archie.
Yeah, so we first met, I was studying in Oxford, and I was running nights there. And I booked James.
Sorry, you were studying in Oxford?
Well, not at Oxford University. I'd like to just say this right now. Not Oxford
You're studying
University.
medicine at Oxford University.
I was studying.
He's a doctor as
I was
well.
studying at Oxford Brookes, which is
Doctor, man.
no, I was studying at a university in Oxford, but it's not the Oxford. But yeah, I put on parties there every 2 weeks on a Thursday night,
Right.
and they were great fun. And
Very good.
I booked James to come down and play. And this is when I was only really playing and making drum and bass then. I wasn't really interested in house music. This is when I was about like 18, 19.
Right.
And James was like, look, if you ever want to make house, like, just give me a shout. So you kind of like my drum and bass tunes.
Yeah.
That's how we kind of hit it off. We had a really good night together.
Yeah.
And then literally like 2 years later, I started like making a bit of house, and I had this sort of like demo, and I called up James and I said, look, I've got a demo. I think it's got legs. Should we get together in the studio? And went up to London, and then literally haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
That was 12 years ago or something.
Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I want to understand a little bit about your individual roles in the team. Like, so are you sort of taking care of the business side of things, and you're taking care of the social?
It's complete 50-50.
Right.
Like across the board.
Okay.
Production, mixing, writing, everything's kind of split down the middle, which works nicely, I think. Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. And you both still do release individually as well, right?
Just for fun, yeah.
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 So just tell us a little bit about your individual sounds and your individual journeys as well, right? What's happening there, or what kind of music do you guys make on your own?
Shall I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Mine's just chilled melodic stuff, just for fun. Like, just having a bit of a kind of break from myfriend and just releasing melodic deep stuff for fun, really.
You need a break from myfriend.
Not a break, no, but it's not.
Yeah.
It keeps it fresh. It keeps it fresh. Like, I think
Of course.
if you continue to make one genre, I mean, I guess myfriend isn't just one genre, but
Right.
if you continue to make one genre for, well, personally for me, and I think for Archie as well,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
it would get stale.
Right.
So it's nice to have these outlets just to do other things for fun.
Of course.
Yeah, keeps it fresh.
Yeah, keeps it super fresh, and it's nice to then, once you've been making something else, come back to myfriend and you're excited about it again to make something a bit more heavy.
And I guess you get to learn from other genres as well.
100%.
So much new stuff that you probably wouldn't have, used in the myfriend sound.
Yeah.
Have probably been.
It makes you a better producer all around if you're doing other stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you, Archie? What kind of music do you make?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like a no boundaries, like kind of whatever I feel like making, I can then just kind of go and make it.
Right.
But yeah, similar to what James is saying, if it doesn't fit the myfriend vibe, it's just like, it's nice to kind of wash out a tune that, resonates with you, but doesn't necessarily fit with the project. So yeah, it's just nice to have. I think we both agree it's nice to have on the side.
Yeah.
Are you still doing a lot of D&B stuff, or is that?
No. I actually stopped doing it in about 2013, pretty much when we started making house music, and I really started getting into house music a lot then.
Got it.
And I kind of fell out of love with drum and bass then as well.
Yeah.
But I made one tune during lockdown because obviously there was absolutely nothing else to do.
Right.
So I thought, let's see what happens. So yeah, but I still love it. We still do love it, especially the old.
We're both drum and bass heads. That's where we came from, really.
Wow.
Yeah, both of us.
And do you guys still play individually as well, or are you just releasing?
Occasionally,
Yeah.
but nothing major. Yeah.
All of the juice is going really well. The most of the juice is going to my friend. Some little bits of juice are going out to the other ones.
Yeah.
And does it happen that one of you has created a certain loop and you're sending it to the other one, and it's like
Sometimes that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're pretty honest with each other.
Yeah.
Like if we're not really feeling it, we're very happy to say to each other, I'm not really into this anymore.
Yeah.
So we know when to sort of not work on a tune. So we end up only really working together on the stuff that we both think has got legs.
Yeah.
Got it. And how do you can you just talk us a little bit, talk to us about the process of the duo and, how that process works? So is it like, you're both creating music and you're sharing with each other, or are you sitting down together and working on it? How does that work?
It's a bit of both, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll write sketches together, and then write sketches separately, then together, and then we'll send them to each other. Yeah. But then we see each other because I've now moved out of London, so I'm not far away. But so I guess we don't. Well, I guess we do see each other.
We used to live together.
Yeah.
And,
for a while.
Yeah. So we lived together for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's when we did not leave each other's sides.
Right.
And we made so much music, and it was a great time for my friend, for sure.
Definitely.
But interestingly, now that we see each other less, we're still making the same amount of music.
Interesting.
And I think
It might be fresher.
yeah, it's a bit fresher. I think
fresher.
now when we see each other, we're super excited about making records. Whereas I think before, like, it's just like, right, let's wake up. Yeah, exactly. Let's
I'll wake in my room, we're like, Archie, you up yet?
Yeah.
Time to make a song.
I know. I think, now it feels really good. I think actually you'd probably agree we're probably making our favourite music.
We're making our best music now, for sure.
Right now.
It definitely, as Archie was saying, it feels much fresher now. Yeah, when we're together.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, I guess it's probably like not much. It's probably 4 times a month, maybe 2.
Yeah, probably like that. Yeah.
But Archie will come to me and stay with me for a few days, or I'll go down to London. So it's also good for creativity to not be in one place all the time. It's very good to be 100%. Yeah.
Tell me one thing. I'm really curious, right? Do you guys have more people in your team, or is it just the two of you kind of doing everything? I can't imagine it's just the two of you, right?
It is literally just the two of us.
That's insane.
Now it is. Yeah. We've had managers kind of in the past and stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's just the two of us doing everything. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of work, man.
Gigging, social media, producing, everything. The whole lot.
All the bookings, everything. Yeah.
Right. All right. So doesn't it get challenging if it's just the two of you? Wouldn't you prefer like having a bunch of people who are just like taking care of stuff which is not music?
I think when the time is right, definitely. But I think for now, we can definitely do it between the two of us.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for so long. Obviously, my friend only started in 2018, but we've been making tunes and, we had previous projects before that.
Right.
So we kind of know the industry. We know who we want to work with. I think right now it makes sense, but we're definitely not ruling it out down the line.
I think social media wise, we really enjoy putting the social media together.
Right.
It's really fun. But it would be nice to have a team behind you doing all that as well. Like you just send them all your raw footage and then they just put it together for you. But yeah, we have to do it on our own at the moment. But it's good fun putting it together.
Yeah, it's great.
It wouldn't be bad having a team of social media. That's to not have to concentrate on that would be lovely.
Absolutely.
And just to concentrate on the music would be like epic, I think.
Kudos to you guys for doing it all, man. I mean,
Thanks, man.
We have a few people with us and it's still so challenging. We'd love to double our team.
Yeah.
I know, wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
But yeah, kudos to you guys. And one thing that I really appreciate, and what we discussed a little earlier as well, that how your authentic personalities are really kind of coming through everything that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Be it your music, be it your content, and through it, your audience and your fans are really able to connect with you, right? They're really able to see, okay, who are these people? So kudos again for that, guys. I want to understand from you, has it been a challenge? And what advice do you have for people who are struggling to, let's say, make content or put themselves out there? So yeah, I just want to understand from you guys.
I think be yourself and don't take yourself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a major. Well, for us, that's a major. Obviously, we're bloody stupid.
Yeah, honored to your first, guys.
Yeah, it can borderline on the obscene sometimes.
Yeah, but that's good.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, people like it, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're really lucky because there's two of us.
Right.
So we can bounce off each other.
And we're both idiots.
And so we both have a very similar sense of humour. And, we both make each other laugh the whole time.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of what we do in the studio as well.
Right.
We just do stupid shit together.
Yeah.
But I think if you're on your own, it's probably a little tougher.
It would be tough. Yeah, it would be.
But literally what James said, just definitely be yourself.
Right.
Because that's what people really gravitate towards.
People don't want to see you be cool. Like, cool's not cool. People want you. People want to see you be real and not like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely agree.
It's like a prime example. Like, if we post a stupid video of us, I don't know, drinking pints in India and running around like idiots, that will get
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, that's usually his job.
Yeah. Jumping off benches in Berlin. People love that stuff.
Yeah.
If you post a picture of, the artwork of your next release, it does nothing.
Right.
People want to see real life stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to do that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what do you guys feel is the role of social media? Because there's a lot of criticism around it as well, right? That, the music isn't sort of getting highlighted anymore, and there's more, about everything else that you're doing besides music. So what do you guys think about that? Is that the case? Is that how people are seeing it everywhere else as well?
It's a massive shame, I think. Really.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's become a bit less and less about the music now. You can probably have quite average music and still do well if your social media is amazing.
Right.
Which is a shame. That is a shame. It should be about the music, really. So
Yeah, it should still be about the music. But
I'm a bit of a whinger about this sort of thing.
I know. I think, I guess, because we're in our 30s as well.
Don't touch their age.
Don't tell them.
Don't worry.
20s. We're not 20s.
The younger kids coming through, they get it. They're so good at it, and so we kind of have to feel like we've got to keep up a little with that.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely have to. But I mean, I whinge about it. It's a shame.
Yeah.
We'd rather make the music and play the music.
Right.
But you have to, keep up with the times.
Absolutely.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Doing the funny stuff.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
And again, it's more about the kind of guys that you are, right? Like you're these fun-loving, happy-go-lucky kind of guys, and you're really, kind of putting that across. For everyone else, it might be a little bit more challenging, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, be yourself. But not everyone is really able to kind of connect to that idea. Or what does it even mean to be myself?
For sure.
That's where some people are having that challenge and aren't really able to kind of, like you said, get along with the times and understand what the requirement really is.
And that's a shame, because it should be about the music, really.
Right.
But these are the times we live in.
Yeah,
You've got to keep up with it.
Right. You got to hit the game, not the play.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but again, kudos to you guys, man. We love what you guys are doing.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Music and otherwise as well. Absolutely love it.
Thanks.
Great. One point I want to talk about, and kind of coming back to you guys being a duo, and because even myself and Nick, we're exploring this a little bit as well. I think it's a lot of fun when you're playing with someone.
For sure.
So I want to understand, how does a set creation kind of process look like? Is it someone who's sharing a bunch of music and then the other person's putting that set together? Are you guys sitting down with a bunch of music and then creating it together? What does that look like?
Yeah, we always get together before we've got a big show, and we try and play as much of our own music as possible.
Right.
It's normally 100%.
Yeah, we every now and then we'll slip in some other records that we're really feeling.
Right.
But we have so much unreleased music that we can't wait to sort of test and for people to hear. So that's a huge part of our set, is that if you come and see a myfriend show, maybe 60% of it you've never heard before.
Yeah, literally 60%. Pretty much.
And maybe 30% of that you'll never hear again. So that's big for us. But there is obviously, a lot of good music out there as well that we are keen to play. So, we're quite picky with that, especially if we're playing so much of our own music. If it's going to be someone else's record, it's got to be sublime.
I'll send you a few tracks on that.
Please do, man.
Send them over. Send them over.
Great. So, just talking about your music and, some of the recent music that you released. You have a new EP out, and of course it's on Anjuna. So kudos to you guys. It's absolutely amazing. Again, like I said, we love everything that you guys do. So what's the response been so far to your new EP? And I also want to understand, and I'm sure a lot of people are curious, what does your relationship with Anjuna look like? How does that really work? it's the holy grail, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of the top, if not the top label out there. So yeah, just talk us through a little bit. First of all, your new EP, and then Anjuna and that whole space and what it looks like.
The response has been great. It's doing well online. Streaming's doing well. We did a EP launch in London, which was really, really fun. It was a little bit scary because it was on a Wednesday night.
Right.
So yeah, it was a free party. Only a small club, like 300 people, but we did like 400 tickets, didn't we?
Yeah.
Obviously, it was free, but
Yeah.
still, it was
Free tickets.
Wednesday night in London is not easy to sell.
Right.
So we were quite scared about that. But the turnout was absolutely pumped. It was packed to the rafters.
Right.
And that was a really nice thing to see because it was in celebration of the EP. So that really hit home, like how it's doing, I guess. And we had Taylor, who's the vocalist on the Calm, and on the Dotty Collab as well. Yeah. So he did a live set as well. So it was epic. So it feels like it's doing well.
Sorry, you did that show yourself?
Anjuna helped.
Yeah, Anjuna helped us with
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just nice to see that we've got some fans.
I know. It's great to see.
We've got a few.
Yeah. They're coming through.
They're coming. I don't know why.
So yeah, just talk us through a little bit about Anjuna as well, right? Like, what's your experience been working with them? How did it start? Was it just a case of you sent across your music and it got clicked right initially? How did all of that work out?
I mean, it's been a long journey. As I previously said, we worked on a project before,
right?
And we had our first ever record on that project.
Right.
Jodie Whistleoff played quite a lot.
Wow!
And we were like, "That's pretty cool." We loved Anjunadeep then, but it wasn't like that kind of sound. But Jodie was playing it, and we thought, "Well, if Jodie's playing it, maybe there's a chance we might, get in there."
Yeah.
And that was probably
When was this?
This was 2013.
55 years ago.
Yeah. So this is a long time. Yeah, I know.
That doesn't make sense.
I know. And then, we've been sending them records the whole time since then. And then we started myfriend in 2018, and they actually signed one of our first ever tunes. But it came out on Anjunadeep'S.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a trance sound.
They were umming and ahhing between beats and deep, and we were like, "Go on, do deep." And they went deep, which is still amazing. But that was like I get our first taste.
Yeah. And then we just kept sending them a few more records after that because we really wanted to get on deep because that's kind of where we thought our sound aligned more.
Right.
And then obviously again lockdown, so much time making loads and loads of records, and finally they were like, "Yeah, this is great. We'll take this."
Finally.
And that was
a long
that was to the moon. That came out on the Exploration sampler.
Yeah.
And then quite quickly after that, they signed the Lager Beers EP, and that was the first time that we were like, right, this project's actually making sense. That's when people were kind of coming to us being like, yeah, we like what you guys are doing.
Right.
And ever since then, they've been an absolute dream to work with, to be honest, man. Yeah. Like, absolutely no complaints whatsoever.
They're good people.
Yeah.
They're good people there.
Like, our sound's hard to pinpoint. It's hard to find a label. It's, long may it continue, to be honest.
It's a very unique sound, right? And I think we spoke about this a little earlier as well, that I love the fact that, we can squeeze in your tracks into places where you don't find a lot of other artists making these kind of sounds, right? Like, it's right in the middle of techno and house, and it's just this really, really unique sound. So kudos to you guys. And what advice do you have for all of us young producers, who are looking to be signed with some of these big labels? Anjuna, of course, and just want to get your understanding. What exactly are you guys doing different? And what can other younger producers who are still starting out learn from what you guys have done?
I think the biggest bit of advice we ever got was we were trying to make records that sounded like Anjunadeep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And every time we delivered one of them, they were like, no. Like, we want to hear something. We want to hear something fresh. Wow. And actually, we got the same feedback from the Icarus guys. They're really good friends of ours. We released quite a lot of our early myfriend stuff with them.
Right.
And they were like, look, these are cool tunes, but like, you've got to, they're not different enough.
Yeah.
And so the moment we kind of got that advice from them and also from Anjuna, that's when things really started to click.
Yeah.
So we just made what we wanted to make, and just hammered down and down and down, record after record after record.
Right.
And then it just started sticking.
Yeah,
And,
that's in a nutshell. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't try and it's a hard thing to say, but don't try and make music for a label. Just make music you like,
Right.
and then if the label like it, the label like it. But I think we were definitely trying too hard. I think just vibe and enjoy what you're doing, and then if someone likes it, someone likes it.
Because every A&R guy wants to hear something fresh.
They do.
They don't want to hear the same thing they've heard a million times before.
Right.
So that's just, try and find a little something that you're into, a little bit different, and just,
Damn,
go down on that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Don't be worried if it sounds weird. Just
Yeah, that's
with it.
another big one as well. Yeah.
Right.
because lots of people, I think, I mean, I guess to a certain extent we still worry sometimes, but it's just you just got to go with your gut
Right.
and just not worry about anyone else.
That's really interesting. And I think a lot of us, like you said, right, we're always kind of fixated on, this is the label that I want to get signed on to, and, this is the kind of sound that I want to make. But instead of that, if you really try to put out something which is fresh and unique, and then the sound will kind of find its...
It will,
For sure.
That's a dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous mindset to be in. If you're thinking, I want to make a record for this label and this is the sound, that's actually, I'd say 9 times out of 10 it won't work. So just go with what you want.
Right. And it's also restricting yourself as well, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
sure.
Kind of exploring what else is out there and what
100%.
all is out there.
100%. Yeah.
So we've been talking for a while. I think we've been talking a lot about the positives and everything that's been happening with you guys and everything else. But we want to shift gears a little bit, right? We want to talk a little bit about the challenges as well that you have faced initially in your careers and the ones that you are still facing, right? I think that's where majority of the learnings are. And also here at Soundcheck, we want to make sure that we're giving some stuff that is actionable for people, right?
Sure.
So let's start at the beginning, right? What were some of the challenges that you had when you guys were starting off, and what did you guys learn from that?
I think the hardest thing at the beginning is momentum. So when you have that first track that connects, that can often happen at the very beginning of your career. And you may not have the skills or you haven't found your sound yet. So finding the next record to come out is hard, especially to kind of match the style of what you've done before. I think that's definitely what we found hard.
Following up is hard.
Yeah, following up is really hard. I think we're only really now in a position where we're really confident that it's going to sound like a great myfriend record on the next release. But that takes a long time for sure.
I think the social media thing, again, balancing your time between doing really good content for social media and then making really good music, because they both take loads of time.
Right.
That's why it would be so good to have a team behind you to do all the social media.
Right.
So I think, balancing those two is difficult, because when you're just making content for social media, you're not making any music.
Right.
So it's finding that balance for sure, which is tough. But I think we're just about getting.
Just about. I mean, there's still a bit like, we've got to find our next releases. There's still a bit of that for sure.
I mean, I feel bad if I'm not making music for my friend at all times.
Right.
So exactly what you said.
Right. And so firstly, to your point, right, just following up and staying consistent. How were you able to achieve that?
For us, it was just we didn't. It's just for us, it was just making so much music.
Right.
I think we're lucky that we don't spend too much time per track.
Right.
So we can churn it out.
Right.
And for every record we release, we maybe make 5 or 10 tracks that don't ever see the light of day.
Yeah.
So it's you just gotta stick on it, haven't you? You just got to keep making those records.
Right. Thick skin is a big.
That's for sure. Yeah, dealing with rejection. I mean, that happens 99% of the time.
99% rejection, 1% glory.
Yeah, and you just got to.
How do you deal with that rejection?
I'm so used to it now.
Kingfishers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so it's
You get used to it.
You do.
You get used to it, and you have to just take it on the chin. If you get down about it, and if you're And also, if you're looking at what everyone else is doing and you're getting down about that you're not doing what everyone else is doing, that's a terrible mindset to be in. You've got to have blinkers on, like a horse in a horse race,
Yeah, you really do.
and you just got to go bang.
Right.
Otherwise, you can get yourself in a real pickle. And I guess we probably had that back in the past.
For sure. No, we definitely did. Yeah.
So yeah, thick skin and just go.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what everyone else is doing.
Right.
And it's hard to take the rejection, but you over time you get used to it.
Right. And coming back to your point, James, about finding that balance. Again, how have you been able to do that? Have you been able to do that? And what can people learn from your journey?
Well, I guess we're probably not making enough content now, even though you guys probably see this I guess it's good content.
Well,
That is probably not enough. You probably want to be doing like 3 a week or 4 a week, but we just don't have the time. So, I mean, yeah, it's
about priorities as well, I think.
Definitely about priorities, yeah. I think, I mean, this is biased for me, but I think the music is the priority for sure at the end of the day. And if you can back it up with nice flutters of content, great. But you don't want to be spending, I mean, this is probably wrong, but you don't want to be spending all your time on content.
Right.
Even though these days people do and they do well. So it's hard. I mean, I don't know how to...
There's no hard and fast rule about what works at all, because there are plenty of producers that do no content, and put out a few records and are killing it. But I guess, like, you know, when you get gigs, that helps. Gigs gives you more gigs. You're looking busy, all that kind of thing. But yeah,
it's a hard thing to answer because, I mean,
and everyone's probably so unique as well, right? That's why it is so hard to answer something like this.
Yeah,
that everyone's got to find their own uniqueness in every way, right? I think we've been talking about that. You know, your authentic self and putting it out there in every way possible.
Yeah,
be it through your music, be it through your content, be it through your performances. You've got to find your own balance in whatever that looks like.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Great. I think we spoke about rejection a little bit. I want to just double down on that a little bit.
Sure.
Because we do talk a lot about mental health on this podcast and just generally as well. Because I think it is a big challenge.
For sure.
Definitely in this industry.
Yeah.
So we want to understand from you guys as well, right? You're obviously damn cheerful, happy.
But not always.
Exactly.
No,
sometimes
I want to understand the flip side of that as well, right? I'm sure you guys have bad days as well. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with your mental health?
I think that I don't know about you, but I'm quite an anxious person.
Mm-hmm.
I always have been. But I think that is just a side of being a creative person and making music. I think it comes with it.
Right.
So for a long time, I found it as maybe like a detriment. But now I'm like, was just, you know, if that's going to be there and I can get to be able to make music, then I just take it as part of the parcel, if that makes any kind of sense. But
I am also a pretty anxious person, even though I may not seem I am. So I kind of agree with Arch, bang on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to juggle. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
It's just an overactive brain, I think.
Yeah. Which is what most creative people have, overthinker. You just gotta keep cracking on.
Yeah, I know. You just gotta love them. You just gotta love making music. That's literally it. Yeah.
Right.
And if you do have dark days, like everyone does, there's always good times beyond that. And if you are making music that you like, that is enough in its own to just
100%.
keep going, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all of that, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Talking about the light, James, I know you've had a baby recently, man. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How has your life and your music career changed since then? I know it's still pretty recent.
Yeah.
But yeah, what changes have you seen since this beautiful thing has happened to you?
Definitely. Well, it's a little bit different, but as we were saying before, it's actually been incredible.
Right.
I was definitely anxious and scared about having a baby. That's for sure, and worried about like how would it affect creativity and music and all that sort of stuff. But it's made it way better, which is really nice and refreshing.
Right.
yeah, I think, I mean, I've written some of my best ideas once he's come, so it's really nice, and it's really like chilled, and I guess I'm personally lucky, and my wife's personally lucky that he's, you know, a good sleeper and stuff. So I mean, not now. He's not a good sleeper now.
Yeah, that's as of a couple of days ago. Yeah.
He's very tired right now. He's 4 months, so he's kind of going a little bit. But no, I mean, yeah, in all honesty, I was extremely scared about it.
Yeah.
But it's only made it better for me and its purpose, you know,
Amazing.
to make good music for him. So yeah.
You were joking about this earlier, that's the weirdest advice you're ever going to
Have a baby.
Have a baby.
Yeah, I know. You keep telling me.
All right, great guys. So one last question. Thank you so much for giving us so much of your time and, you know, talking about so many things. The last thing we want to talk about is what's next. You're obviously here in India. You're on a 3-city tour, Hyderabad, Goa, and Bangalore. I'm sure we're going to have 3 banging shows starting tomorrow. But yeah, we want to understand from you what else is going on. What else is next for my friend and for 2 of you, and, you know, what else can your fans expect?
We've got a good summer lined up now, actually. We've got some wicked shows. Obviously, the next 3 days we are ecstatic about. And then we're playing in Leeds when we get back, which is great. You know, Leeds is a huge house hub of the UK.
Right.
Actually, the first time we played there under myfriend, so that's going to be wicked.
Wow.
And then
The club's closing as well.
the club's closing very sadly. You know, in the UK, we're losing clubs at a rapid rate at the moment. Really rapid rate. Yeah. It's just the cost of living and the COVID and just the knock-on effect of all of that. It's hard to watch losing these amazing spaces.
Right.
But you know, hopefully that will be a great night.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we've got some good stuff. We got Finsbury Park in London in August with the Anjuna crew, which will be great.
Albania,
Malta,
all in June.
yeah.
What else we got?
Few little festivals, El Dorado.
Festivals, yeah.
Um,
And then collaborations, we've got the next. So we just actually Dosen. We had one with Dosen yesterday,
Right.
yeah.
which is a really fun, proper club tune,
Nice.
which is a banger. And then we've actually got the collaboration with Simon coming out on the 21st.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Collaborated with him before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Dosen. To be fair, we're just basically doing a mirror of last year.
Yeah.
Works well.
It works well with those guys. Yeah. It works well.
And that's going to be on Anjunadeep'S 15, the compilation as well, which is exciting. So yeah, people are excited about that record. And
Yeah, it's a great record. Yeah, really happy with it.
And then I guess, well, we haven't got. That's it for music like locked in, but we've got a lot of new music.
Yeah, tons.
Album plans
Tons.
anytime soon.
And, like album plans. Oh,
We were talking about this today, actually.
Yeah.
You know, when the time's right, the time's right. I think right now we're happy with just whacking out EPs, singles and stuff. It's definitely something we want to do.
Yeah.
But the first album is like, it's so important.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to,
You have one shot.
you don't want to screw that up. You don't want to screw that up. So when the right time comes,
Yeah.
we are on it for sure.
Yeah.
But it's something we really want to do for sure. Yeah.
We're damn excited. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. We can't wait to take you through this beautiful country of ours and, you know, show it. And of course, you know, we can't wait to hear all of your amazing music. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, pleasure, mate.
Mate, nice one, man. Yeah, cheers, man. It's been awesome. Cheers.
guys.
Thank you so
Take care.
much. Thank you.
Cool.
Bro, your mics, you've got to just... All right, super. We're good to go. All right, let's do this.